if you use a paid Google Workspace account, there's a feature inside Google Drive that makes life so much easier, especially if you're a solo business owner or a virtual assistant managing client work. And I'm going to show you what it is in this video. Hi there, I'm Sharon, a virtual assistant for over 15 years and your Google Workspace guide. So just what is this amazing feature in Google Drive? Well, it's called Workspaces, and it lets you gather your most important files into one tidy place without moving them from their original folders. It's perfect if you're juggling multiple clients, projects, videos, or admin tasks, and you want fast access to the things that you use all the time. I use Workspaces every single day in my own business, and today I'll show you how they work and how to set up your first one. So if you're ready, then let's get started. So what exactly are Workspaces? Well, they're basically little temporary shelves where you can collect the files you're actively using. So you're not changing your folder structure, you're not moving or duplicating anything. You're kind of just saying, these are the files that I need to work on this week. So to find Workspaces, you just need to look over on the left-hand menu here, and Workspaces will be a folder towards the top of the menu. Now, a reminder here that you do need to be on a paid Workspace account. If you're on a free version, you will not have access to Workspaces. And if you are on a paid account and you still don't see the Workspaces here, then you just need to enable it in your settings. So to do that, click on the gear icon up in the top right here, then click Settings. And go to the Workspaces section here and just make sure that Show Workspaces is checked. Now, any changes that you make are automatically saved, so all you need to do is click on the back arrow next to Settings in the top left corner, and Workspaces will be there. So let's create a new workspace. Click on Workspaces, and this opens up the main Workspaces panel. Any existing workspaces that you have will be listed here, and you will also have a button that says Create Workspace. So click on there and give it a name that you will easily recognize, that you know what files will be in there and it means something to you. I'm going to call this one April YouTube. Oh, just move myself over here. Once you create a new workspace, it will prompt you to start adding files to it. Now it tells you here that you do have a limit of 25 files per workspace. So just bear that in mind as well. So you can see here it's suggested a few files for me based on the name of my workspace. So I've called it April YouTube. So it's kind of suggested files that are to do with my YouTube channel that I also have in a folder to do with YouTube. So I've got my publishing schedule, so I want to include that. I've got community posts, so I want to include that. And then I want to include the script or the outline, the plan for any videos that I'm going to be publishing this month. So that's all three here. And then you just click on Add Selected Files. And you can see they've now been added to this workspace. Now you can also manually add files to this workspace as well. So I'm going to click on Add Files, and a panel opens up on the right hand side and it lists any files that you've opened recently. And you can just keep clicking on the ones that you want to add. So I've got a file called Android Shorts. It's like a plan of all the short videos I'm going to do. What else can I use? Ideas for live videos as well. You can also navigate to other folders within your drive. You can navigate to folders or files that are shared with you as well. So I'm just going to select these two to add and then just click on Insert. It's telling me that two are selected here, and I just click on Insert. And they've now been added to this workspace. Once you're happy with the files that you have in here, just click on Done, and that's your workspace created. Now, if you want to change the name of a workspace at any time, simply click into Workspaces, go to the workspace that you want to rename, and at the top where the name is, click on the three dots to the right of it, and then just click Rename, and you can just rename that workspace. Now, let's say you've got a workspace for a particular project, but you're not working on it yet, but you know that you will be working on it, say next week or the week after. Then you can actually hide the workspace so it's not cluttering up your main panel here. So to do that, all you need to do is click on the three dots next to the workspace name and go to Hide Workspace. And you will see it's disappeared from this top panel, but there is a section underneath called Hidden Workspaces. And all you need to do is click on the drop down here to expand that section, and you will see all the workspaces that you've hidden will be listed underneath here. And if you want to unhide them, then you just click on the three dots next to the name and Unhide Workspace. That will then be moved back up into this top section and ready to be worked on again. If you want to remove any files from a specific workplace, click into Workspaces on the left menu so that all your workspaces are here. Then simply click on the three dots next to the file that you want to change. So for example, I want to get rid of this Google Drive Workspaces document. Click on the three dots, and then you can actually just remove from Workspace at the bottom here. And it will remove it from that workspace. And if you want to delete the workspace completely, click into Workspaces, click the three dots next to the workspace name, and you can see Remove Workspace. So if you click on there, it will tell you that the workspace will be permanently removed, but the files within them will still be in their original location. They're not going to be changed at all, so don't worry about that. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, but why not just star the files? And it's a great question. But workspaces are completely different, especially when you're doing admin or client work. A starred list is a long list. Everything gets thrown into the same place. There's no grouping by client or by project. There's no way to separate the client files from your own business admin stuff. It becomes a big mess, and most people never clean it out either. Whereas workspaces are project or client based. And as a virtual assistant, I find this necessary. You can create a workspace for each client, one for each major project, one for your weekly recurring admin tasks, one just for onboarding new clients, and everything is grouped neatly together. So instead of one messy list, you get little mini hubs that feel organized. They serve totally different purposes. I tend to think of starred as things that I don't want to lose, and workspaces as the things I'm actively using right now this week. So I'm going to share a few different examples of how you could use workspaces in your own business. So you could have one for your weekly social media content and include files like your content calendar, photos or videos to be used during that week, caption drafts, brand guidelines, analytics sheets, and so on. You could have one for that month's finance admin, which includes files like any invoices to be sent that month, payment tracking sheets, monthly expenses sheets, and so on. You could have one for client onboarding, which has files like contracts, welcome pack documents, payment information, the intake form, and so on. It's all in one temporary workspace until onboarding is finished. So, for example, in my own business, I have one for weekly VA tasks, which includes things like recurring reports, timesheets, templates that I update every single week. I also have one for this YouTube channel, which includes any outlines for videos to be recorded this month, my publishing schedule sheet, my community posts drafts, any photos or pictures to be included in the videos or community posts, my video performance tracking sheet. It just means that everything I need is right there without me having to dig through loads of folders. So they're just a few examples, but obviously it needs to work for you. So have a think of how you could use workspaces in your own business. So moving on, and I just want to share a few tips to help you keep workspaces useful for you. Tip 1, keep them small. Don't let them become another messy area of your Google Drive. Just because you can have up to 25 files in a workspace doesn't mean that you have to have 25 files in there. Number 2, remove files when a project is done. Number 3, use clear workspace names. And lastly, think of workspaces as temporary working areas, not permanent storage. And that's how workspaces in Google Drive can help you, whether you're running your own solo business or working with clients as a virtual assistant like I do. They're simple, but they make Drive just feel that bit calmer and faster, especially when you're juggling lots of moving parts in your business. So if you're a paid Google Workspace user, try setting up your first workspace today. Let me know in the comments what you create first and how you get on with it. And if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them too. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.